What's up, everybody? Welcome to York Reacts. If you're new here, this is a channel where I dissect, jump into some awesome game trailers, and the reason why I dissect them is because I do animation for games for a living, so I love to go in there, look at the nitty-gritty, and break down some of these trailers in other ways that hopefully the channels and videos you've seen so far that they don't. So, enjoy this stuff. We got Gotham Knights today. And today, this is a gameplay overview. So they're gonna finally break down the gameplay, what it looks like, and I'm excited. I saw the trailer, I tried to make a video about it, and the entire time my autofocus was focused on my computer, so epic fail. I'm gonna have to redo that video or something, or who knows. But anyway, welcome to the channel. I hope you guys enjoy this video. We're gonna check out Gotham Knights, the overview gameplay trailer, so let's do this, shall we? Oh, starting with a bang.
This is Gotham Knights, an open-world action role-playing game set in an all-new neon noir Gotham City.
Nice.
Batman is dead.
Batman's toast.
Now, as Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, or Robin, it's your time to rise and live.
Okay, so we're gonna watch this whole trailer all the way through. I won't say much, I'll just comment here and there, and then pause it. We'll slow-mo the whole trailer. I'll break down some of it where I can and stuff, so let's do this.
Up to the legacy of the Dark Knight. With crime infecting every corner of Gotham City, its 5 boroughs are full of terrifying villains.
Oh, look at Harley. She looks great.
New criminal factions, and cops who can't be trusted. Using parkour,
Oh, I love the parkour.
The Batcycle, and each night's
And the
distinct
cycle's
heroic
sick,
travel
too.
mode, you'll traverse the city in search of answers.
Loving all these ways to traverse.
Your investigation reveals something unthinkable. The mythical Court of Owls is real, and they have a sinister plan for Gotham City.
Oh,
Work
look
alone,
at this.
or seamlessly drop in and out of co-op.
Nice.
To solve crimes, uncover the truth, and patrol Gotham together.
Wow. Oh,
Each member of the
that
Batman
looked
family
nice.
has their own distinct
Seamless.
playstyle
Ooh.
and expertise. With her brilliant mind and the computer mastery she acquired as Oracle, Batgirl can hack enemy weapons and electronics.
Let's step this up.
Giving her an edge while
Oh,
crime
that's nice.
Nightwing's acrobatic expertise gives him a fluid and agile combat style.
You are so
Right on. Looks really good.
Damn, I'm good.
Robin is a tech expert and stealth prodigy,
This fight was over before it even started.
wielding intimidating abilities like Wraith to strike fear into his
What?
foes. And Red Hood's marksmanship, mystical
Ooh, that was
powers,
cool.
and gun kata skills make him a master of ranged
Red
combat.
Hood looks sick, dude.
As they
Oh.
grow in XP, your hero unlocks unique and powerful new abilities.
Ooh, she looks so sick too, Batgirl. Oh man.
Using the Belfry as your headquarters, you can tailor your gear to
This
meet
looks
the needs of each mission.
Good.
Customize your knights with cosmetic options for suits and more.
Right on.
Play as the hero you want, or easily switch characters at any time in the Belfry.
That was a cool shot.
All your knights share experience and level up together. Use the evidence board to track cases.
Okay.
Then analyze crime scenes to find fresh leads.
Wow, lots of stuff in here.
With each case file you close, you'll unravel the mystery of this original story. With smart detective work, you'll battle Gotham City's
Mr.
most
Freeze.
iconic villains in intense showdowns.
Oh yeah.
As the deadly Court of
looks
Owls
sick,
emerges
dude.
in a world without Batman, you need to find your own way forward to protect Gotham City and become
Yes.
Gotham Knights.
Nice. Wow. You know what? I think they did a really good job. The game looks really polished. Everybody can say what they want about 30 frames, 60 frames. Who gives a shit, okay? I mean, I give a shit, but this game looks pretty good. They've polished a lot of stuff where other games have left out or stuff looks a little rough. It looks really good here. All the animation transitions look really nice. I love the slow-mo stuff. So speaking of that, let's slow-mo this trailer down. So I'm gonna go and replay this here. Just give me one sec. Okay, so let's slow-mo this and break some of this down because this trailer is pretty fast-paced, even though it's pretty long, 3 minutes and whatever. So, loving these shots where they I might need to go slower through this. Jeez. Okay, hold on. Let me slow-mo this even slower. Okay, so One thing I really like about it is that they have some really nice, impactful, like, scenes, and when you're fighting, the fighting feels really good. It feels really strong. Like, right out the gate, they start this trailer, boom, doors open, you're like, whoa, okay. Shows Red Hood slamming this dude against the wall. Yes. Like, this is the type of gameplay, like, that everybody wants right now. It looks really good. Batgirl on the cycle, you're going to be able to ride the cycle around with probably her and with Nightwing. Hell yeah. It's looking really, really polished, too, for the most part. A lot of these animations and different things look pretty nice. Especially for in-game. You're not watching a cinematic right now. This is all in-game stuff. So it's looking pretty nice. This right here is a nice ode to Spider-Man, I feel. Right? He comes up on this perch. He's just hanging out there. You can kind of check it all out. Reminds me of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was the first game to me that I played where you do this. You get up to a high point and you just hear the bird, ah! Right? And you just look down and just make that giant leap. I mean, come on. That was like some of the most epic part of gaming back in the day. And this is a nice ode to that, and it looks really good. Nightwing looks fantastic. I like the character model and everything. They've done a really good job. 30 frames or 60 frames, I'm going to be playing this for sure. Yeah, this looks really good. I'm digging the city. The city doesn't look different in all these different areas, but it's supposed to kind of look like Gotham, and Gotham's pretty much dark everywhere. So it makes sense that the whole mood of the game is going to be all dark, and so no complaints there. It looks great. Batman being dead, okay, we got to at least touch on that subject because it's very interesting. You know, now that Batman has passed away or something has happened to him, it looks like he's gotten injured and destroyed by somebody. And now that this has happened, you're taking over as a team, a squad of people. And I like the squad, how they're changing it up. This is a different squad. They're showing Batman's, like, hand just sitting there. Like, it reminds me of Terminator as he's going down the... But it's going to be cool to play as Batgirl and these different characters because it's a chance to do something different. You don't always have to play as Batman or you know, Superman or Spider-Man. I like it. Red Hood. You're going to be playing as Red Hood. That's sick. Okay? A lot of players haven't done this yet. They haven't experienced a different version of Robin, and this is going to be great. Some of these animations, okay, you can see, now that we're going in slow-mo here, you can see that when she's hitting him and she's going from transition to transition, meaning from animation to animation, the transition between it is a little bumpy. But that, see that? You can see it kind of pop. You can see his whole body kind of turn. But overall, it's looking really solid. I mean, you can only do so much in a game sometimes to prevent some kind of foot sliding or some kind of, you know. And so far, like, if I'm looking at this, I'm watching it, it's pretty clean. Every now and then, like that guy went down, he went to put his hand down. Okay? Now, when he went to put his hand down on the floor, his hand was like floating on the floor, right? But that's because he has to play this animation all over the map, okay? This enemy that was getting hit and landing down and putting his hands down, he's got to play that same animation all over the place. And so every now and then the ground is going to vary, and so you're going to see his hand sometimes going through the ground, sometimes perfect, and sometimes a little bit above the ground. So there's stuff like that like in games that it's very hard to prevent that stuff from popping up. Love, love, love the aspect of the city and all these guys coming out here and causing chaos, and it looks great. I don't know what that is, some kind of turret? Laser turret? I don't know. But see, like I see here, you see these scenes, there's not much of a variation between the places you're going to visit as far as like aesthetically, you know, the environment's going to look mainly the same because you're in Gotham. So it's going to be dark, moody, and freaking awesome, right? So you know what you're in for, and it looks good. I'm glad they at least give a sunset vibe over there. Once again, Harley Quinn looks great. Her animation looks pretty solid. At least her shoulders are moving up and looking good. When she brings them back, they tweak a little, but it looks solid. This is cool. This guy dragging in this other guy. Looks like his foot's going through the floor there, but that's what I'm saying. These type of things are very minor, but they can be prevented in certain ways, like that guy walking in. But here we go. Check this, okay? Parkour looks great. I know some of you guys out there are excited for parkour, and I am. Because when you traverse this city and you're going to be running around and traveling through here, you want to have that Assassin's Creed feel and that Uncharted feel where you can kind of run and jump and climb. And it's almost a needed thing in gaming now because we're so used to it. And this is a great example of how good it's going to look. Him just popping down there. It looks great. Love that you're going to be able to ride around in different bikes. You can ride around in Nightwing's bike, like I said, and Batgirl's. That's cool. Who knows if Robin's going to ride him? But Batgirl's going to be able to travel around just like Batman, which is sick. With her cape right here, this looks dope. It totally reminds me of the older Batman games and Arkham, you know, so really nice. I'm impressed. You know, a lot of people are complaining about this 30 frames per second and 60 frames a second. And I want to touch on that just for a second because it's a big kind of dilemma, right? And a big kind of drama going around. And it shouldn't be too much drama. They're going to push this game as far as they can. And I'm always going to be on the developer's side when this happens because they're trying to give you the best experience possible, right? So they're trying to push all these different things in many different ways. The reflections, the shadows, the everything. And some stuff has to give and take. Now, most games can run at 60 frames a second, right? Or 120 frames a second. But a lot of those games are not as detailed as this game or as a Red Dead Redemption 2 game. Some of those games are a little bit more heavy. So I don't know. Maybe this one's got really heavy environments. And what I mean by heavy is it's got lots of polygons. It's got a lot of effects going on. It's got a lot of stuff going on that's really pressing the computer and the programming and the stuff that's going on and the GPUs and stuff that are in these machines, right? So hopefully they're going to push this more and they're going to optimize it more. Just give them time. Trust me. If you give them time, they're going to eventually release this game probably for PC and it'll come out at 60 frames per second and everybody can just, you know, be quiet about it, right? So this looks great so far. Loving the slow-mo effect. Like, look at the camera work right here of him jumping off the bike and then afterwards flying in and attacking. This looks dope. I mean, come on, it looks badass. It reminds me of Spider-Man, and it looks so good gameplay-wise. I hope everyone is hyped as I am on this shit. This looks awesome. Now, speaking of that, though, some of the gameplay right here, I think I just saw an enemy like literally pop into place. So I'm going to have to watch this in slow-mo again and see what happens here. Because after he jumps up and he starts to attack these guys, I felt like I saw one of them move in a weird way. So let's dive in right here and see what's happening. So he comes in, boom, hits this guy. Okay, here we go. Nightwing, this is what I'm talking about. Background character by the truck. Yep, he popped really weird for some reason. Oh, that looks cool though. See, even in slow-mo, this is looking great. Love how Red Hood just grabs this dude and throws him into the ground. Looking great. And one thing that I really like is that each different character is going to be its own style of gameplay, right? And that's a really smart move on their end. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Each guy has his own thing. And so hopefully they really push that here because I'm a little worried that Robin is a lot like Batgirl. Like when they said what he does and she does, I'm like, it's pretty much the same same thing. Just they worded it differently, but they're both good at tech and they look like they both can hack and do all these things. So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out in the game. But so far, it looks really good. Loving the animations, loving the textures, the lighting. All the stuff's looking pretty good. It looks like it's probably done in Unreal Engine. I'm not too sure, but that's what it looks like. Now, some of these animations on the gameplay, they're going to look really nice and fluid because they're letting the character slide the feet around, okay? If you wanted it to be realistic and the feet have to plant perfectly every single time, and you're going to lose some of that element when you're playing the game, and when you mash the button, it pushes it right away, and the guy kicks right away, or he spins right away. And in order for it to be responsive like that, sometimes you're going to have sliding feet, you're going to have different stuff. And so in that scene before, that's why you see some of that. Nice, man. And this is the part I was talking about where they're discussing Robin and his abilities. You know, either way, he's going to have a staff, and the other person's going to have a different weapon, and Red Hood's going to have guns. And so That's what's going to separate them, like I said in the past. Now this here, I'm not so sure about this thing where he turns into a mythical and scares people away. I don't know what that is, the Reaper thing. Now, somebody has to explain that to me in the comments below. Let me know if that's part of the lore in the comic books. Maybe it's something I'm missing, but I didn't feel like that was that was really needed or, you know, to be added. But Red Hood looks dope. His gameplay elements of him being able to run around like this, speed dash, whatever this is, this looks clean. I really like the feel of it. I don't know what it is, but it just looks cool when he dashes through right there. And he's just picking everybody apart. Looks nice. It'd be cool to have a lot of slow-mo stuff with this guy, with Red Hood. So, looks really good. Like right here, this moment where he bends this guy over. Ooh, spins the gun around. I mean, come on, this looks so good in slow-mo. Yes. And, you know, it looks like they're going to have some of these role-playing type of elements in here where you can build up stats, you can build up your character. Now, I am not a huge fan of that. I don't care sometimes. I like to build it up a little bit, but I don't like it when I go in there and there's a character tree that's got 50 things to upgrade and you start getting lost, like on Witcher and different games. It's a little overwhelming at times. So it looks like over there they had a more simplistic kind of setup where you only have a couple little trees to go through, which is good. Very reminiscent, once again, of Spider-Man. Looking great. The lighting pouring through this window looks really nice too. The game looks nice. Everyone's complaining about the frame rate. Why don't they appreciate all the other things that this game is doing well, right? All everybody wants to do is complain about stuff. And I see that. I understand that there's certain things to complain about. But when I see comments below and they go,
"Oh, this isn't 60 frames a second. Ah, it's too bad. I would have bought it."
What? You're telling me you're not going to buy this game because it's not 60 frames a second? Like, my brain just explodes because what? It just doesn't make any sense. Because 30 frames a second is good enough for your eye to look good and to play the game. Like I said I was making another video, but basically, frame rates are important when you're shooting other players, you're competitive gaming, your stuff. But this type of game, I don't believe is going to be a competitive shooter and multiplayer type of situation. So you're going in here and you're getting the story, you're playing the game. 30 frames a second should be enough. It should look pretty nice. And once it comes out, probably in the future on PC or whatever, they'll optimize it more to 60 frames, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Animation looked a little weird on his wrist here. When he pulls off, yeah, see, it just looks a little weird. It looks a little stuck to the knife at first. It's like an IK thing, they call it. But overall, this game is looking really good. Let me know what you guys think down below, because I want to know what if this hang up for you guys, right? I want to know if this is like a big deal because of its 30 frames a second or 60 frames a second. It's a hot topic, so I want to know down below in the comments if it's important to you and why it's important to you. I want to know your rebuttal to why I think it's not important, right, in certain aspects. Because it's not a multiplayer, because it's not competitive, right? Do you just really not want to play the game because it's not super fluid on your screen? Is that the, like, you know, the rebuttal? So I'm always interested to hear what other people think about it, because there's a big conflict, it seems, on this subject of whether it's 30 frames or 60 frames. So let me know down below what you guys think, and I hope you enjoyed this video, this little breakdown. It lasted a little long, but I love this stuff, and I hope you guys do too. If you did, just like, smash it.
Smash.
Like Hulk, because that's what we do on this channel, and I appreciate all your time and support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!